Zeus and Hera, the love, betrayal, and eternal bond of the gods. In the dazzling depths of Greek mythology, atop the mighty Mount Olympus, one couple reigns above all, Zeus and Hera. Their love story is not a simple tale of passion and harmony. It is a saga of power and betrayal, of jealousy and devotion, of eternal conflict and unbreakable unity. They are the king and queen of the gods, yet their marriage is not an image of perfection. It is the embodiment of the human heart's most complex emotions, played out on a divine stage. Zeus, Lord of the sky; Hera, Queen of the gods. Zeus, the youngest child of Cronus and Rhea, survived a fate that devoured all his siblings. He rose to overthrow the Titans and establish the reign of the Olympians. With thunderbolts in his hands and the heavens at his command, Zeus became the ultimate ruler of gods and men. His very presence could shake the earth and stir the sea. Hera, however, was no less majestic. She was the goddess of marriage, women, and family, known for her radiant beauty, noble dignity, and fierce pride. Among the mortals, she inspired both reverence and fear. She was the embodiment of loyalty and the sanctity of marriage, yet also of jealousy and vengeance. When Zeus's eyes fell upon Hera, he saw not only a companion, but also the perfect queen for his reign. Yet Hera resisted him, knowing his notorious nature. The trick of the cuckoo. Zeus was relentless. He desired Hera not only as his wife, but as his equal, as the queen who would share his throne. Yet Hera turned him away, unwilling to give her heart to the god infamous for his wandering passions. One stormy day, Zeus conceived a plan. He transformed himself into a shivering cuckoo bird, battered by wind and rain. Hera, moved by compassion, gathered the little bird into her arms to warm it. At that instant, Zeus revealed his true form, majestic and radiant with thunder and lightning. Hera, though furious at his deception, could not resist the depth of his devotion. And so began their union, a bond sealed by trickery, passion, and destiny. The wedding of the gods. Their marriage was celebrated in the most resplendent ceremony the world had ever seen. On the sacred slopes of Mount Olympus, the gods themselves gathered. Golden feasts stretched for days, ambrosia overflowed from goblets, and the heavens glowed with divine light. Zeus and Hera, side by side, were crowned as the eternal rulers of Olympus. Hera was no longer just the goddess of women, she was now the queen of heaven itself. Love shadowed by betrayal. But love at the summit of Olympus was never destined to be peaceful. Zeus's heart, though powerful, was restless. His countless affairs with goddesses, nymphs, and mortal women birthed legendary heroes and demigods. Each betrayal burned Hera's heart with fury. Hera's wrath was not only aimed at Zeus, but also at his lovers and their children. She hunted them with vengeance. The most famous of her targets was Heracles, the mighty son of Zeus, born from a mortal woman. Hera tormented him throughout his life, placing obstacles, monsters, and madness in his path. Her fury was endless, yet her love remained. For though she despised Zeus's infidelity, she could not sever the sacred bond that tied her to him. Their union was more than personal. It was the very fabric of Olympus's order. The eternal cycle of passion and jealousy. Their marriage became a cycle of storm and calm. Zeus betrayed, Hera raged. Hera plotted, Zeus thundered. Yet no matter the conflict, they always returned to one another. Hera once even conspired with other gods to overthrow Zeus, chaining him to his own throne. Yet Zeus broke free, and his wrath was terrible. Still, he did not cast her aside. Despite their battles, their thrones stood side by side. For Zeus, Hera was not just a wife, she was the pillar of his reign, the mother of gods, the eternal queen. For Hera, Zeus was both her greatest torment and her only true love. She could neither conquer him nor abandon him. This paradox is what makes their love eternal. A message for mortals. Though they were gods, Zeus and Hera's story is deeply human. It shows that love is not only joy, but also trial. That even the most powerful are powerless before the heart. That jealousy, betrayal, forgiveness, and devotion are as old as time itself. Their marriage was a battlefield, yet it was also unbreakable. Through storms and betrayals, they endured, bound not only by love, but by destiny itself. This is why the love of Zeus and Hera remains immortal, not because it was perfect, but because it was real. The love of the gods, Zeus's unyielding power and Hera's indomitable pride, a union tested by betrayal, jealousy, and eternal devotion. Discover the most dramatic and timeless love story of ancient mythology, Zeus and Hera.